in the last 2 weeks, a new Chinese open world game called Where Wind Meets has exploded in the West. It has hit 2 million players and a very positive rating on Steam, all while beating and competing against these massive paid franchises. But here's the most important part. The reason this major cultural moment, this game is free to play, and the developers from Everstone Studio has explicitly said there is no pay to win. As a designer, I see a clear shift here. The West is tired of padded $70 open world games and gacha fatigue. But here's the thing, where the wind meets, bro, I can't even say it sometimes. It's like kind of a tongue twister. When it comes to Where the Wind Meets, is providing visual stunning, deep authentic, and I'm gonna try and pronounce this properly, the Wuxia experience. I'm gonna say Wuxia experience. Wuxia. The Wuxia experience. So don't quote me if I said it wrong. The Wuxia experience that no XXX studio has dared to match. Today, what we're gonna do, we're gonna be breaking down the game's secret sauce from its ancient Chinese origin to why its monetization model and its greatest design has triumphed in 2025. The first thing you need to know about Where Wind Meets, it is not just an RPG. It's a Wuxia action RPG. And this is crucial because Wuxia literally just means martial hero. And its genre of Chinese fiction, film / folklore, it really starting to attract a lot of this Western audience. And it's something that we have not really seen that much. In terms of the key concept of Wuxia, martial arts along with these sort of magical heroes are mastering, well, I'm going to try and not butcher this, the Shigyong, which is basically the art of lightness, letting them running through walls, gliding through air, and sprinting faster than horses. This is something where games have kind of tinkered around, but which is basically just spectacular traversal, easily making the user kind of freely go through the open world, which I think a lot of people do love doing when it comes to traversing through open world, making it more seamless as possible, making that kind of a fun aspect. A lot of designers and also a lot of gamers enjoy doing stuff like that. But there's also a deep historical setting in this game, because this game is based on the 10th century of China during the chaotic 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms period, which probably might just sound like nonsense to you, but this wasn't just a time of unity, but a fragment, a political broken era after the fall of the Tang dynasty. So they really took out a bite-sized chunk of like Chinese lore and Chinese history to developing this game. Obviously, the studio of NetEasegames had a strong passion of reconstruction this period, and obviously incorporating a lot of cutting-edge technology to kind of enrich this sort of legacy of Wuxia. But when it actually comes to like the game itself, like why do people love the game? And I can kind of give you a quick sort of breakdown on when I first played it. I think it's player choice. Like I do know, like, yeah, you have to be level 10 to play with your friends, and for me at first I was kind of like, ugh, that's kind of a drag. But the moment when I did that first bit of the tutorial, which was like maybe 5 minutes long, and then they kind of just say, yeah, do your own thing. And I was like, oh wow, okay, so there's no shy to giving you the opportunity to do whatever you want. Depth over path is the best way I can describe it. Like if you want to become a noble, a sword master, a healer, a merchant, even a bounty hunter, I think even you could be a rogue. Like there's no sort of limitations when it comes to this open world. And the ambition on this game is huge in terms of detail, the commitment the authenticity of the martial arts. A player's freedom is the foundation of why it is breaking through the noise right now, and I can clearly see that. But it's not all sunshine and roses. There is a little conspiracy going on, and it's also sort of a designer's nightmare. And it's the AI controversy of the chatbot.
Zhao Dali has grown older yet remains without a wife, and his heart is heavy. Offer him comfort and help lift his spirits. If you succeed, you'll befriend him and receive weekly gifts. Is that voice? Voice chat. Listen, Zhao, first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women. I'm just a simple guard, young master. Money and power seems like distant dreams, and women, well, they're even further out of reach.
And if you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but let me break it down. Obviously, what are AI chatbots? Just to clarify what this feature is, it's obviously a large language model. Essentially, it's just the power of the conversations of these non-playable characters, the NPCs. Basically, it's just the waffling the NPCs will be saying if you're walking past them. On paper, it does sound, okay, yeah, well, fair enough, you've implemented it. But some people have said it does seem a bit lifeless. It does seem like they do waffle on a bit. And I think that also just depends on how you look at the game, because it is a massive open world game. So if you're taking the time to kind of really get the feeling of what the NPCs are trying to convey to you, then maybe you can get that sort of vibe from them. But from what I saw, I didn't even notice that until I did some research. But yeah, that's kind of like a little sort of AI implementation. They decided to add that in. For me as a designer, you know, I despise AI in certain aspects. I do use it to help me do my designs. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on them adding this sort of AI sort of feature in terms of the sort of NPCs interacting with the world and speaking with your character? For me, wherewindsmeet is a design masterpiece in value, realistically. Is an interesting narrative on how I've seen the game so far, because I have played the game a fair bit amount. You know, I was on this bit of the game where I saw a boss and I was headstrong on defeating this boss without progressing in the game, and I'm glad I didn't progress because I was able to learn a lot from playing the game just by doing that bit. I was level 3 and I think I was fighting a level 10 boss or something, level 10, level 20. And for me to overcome that, I just felt like, damn, yeah, this is a good game. And we didn't even touch onto the customizations. Like, yeah, okay, it is a free to play, but that heavy gacha culture is definitely embedded into this game. They say it's obviously not pay to win, but if you're someone like me, you want to look good as a sort of especially because it's in third person, so you're always looking at your character. You want to style your way into the game. You know, there's a lot of people walking into your lobby, so you want to have your sort of personality showcased while you're doing your fighting and having your mounts and etc. The store is no shy to showcasing what you can get in this game, and it definitely seems like they have put a lot of backing into this. But what are you guys' thoughts anyway? Because this was just a quick video just to break down on what I think of this game is. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Hit the like button if you haven't already subscribed. You know, just show your boy some support. And then who knows, maybe we will see this at a Game Awards. You know, this is something where it could rival maybe like an OG game. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Take care, guys. Peace.